As we continue to monitor the crisis unfolding in Afghanistan, let's take a closer look at the ongoing crisis at our southern border. Amy Tarkanian, Tom Borelli, Dino Scaros, our panelists, are back with us right now. And if we could pull up these numbers here, illegal migrant encounters at our southern border reaching a 21-year high. 212,000 illegal immigrants crossed the U.S.-Mexico border in the month of July alone. We've got more than a million for the year 2021. Amy Tarkanian, pair these two crises for me. We've got, of course, what's happening in Afghanistan and what's happening at our southern border. Talk to me about the Biden administration's challenge when it comes to dealing with this foreign and near domestic policies.
Well, it's a complete disaster, and they are ignoring it. They are basically telling the American citizens one thing, trying to say that they have everything under control, when behind the scenes we are now learning that the actual comments are the opposite. They are saying that the border, in fact, is out of control and that it is more than just a challenge. You showed the number for the month of July alone. If you break that down, it's roughly 6,900 that are being apprehended per day, or 285 per hour. They also have found in Laredo, Texas alone, over 5,000 stash houses. In 1 year, this is up 800%. So this is clearly not working. And I think that this is intentional. They want the flooding of these people to come in, because we also learned that the Afghanistan refugees are going to be coming over. I think there's roughly 30,000 that they're talking about flying into our nation. I hope they do a much better job at looking into the backgrounds of these Afghanistan individuals than they do the people coming through the southern border.
Well, a judge may agree with you, and Tom, I'll go to this because former President Trump's Remain in Mexico policy, many have remembered, has been revived by a federal judge. The policy basically enforces that immigrants seeking asylum in the states at the southern border must wait in Mexico while their applications are pending. Tom Borelli, does this mean that the administration got it wrong when you see a judge overturn it?
Well, Sean, of course, the Biden administration got it wrong because they had just had the sheer political agenda of doing everything that was working under former President Trump. And this going forward is going to represent another crisis. We have, I think, 1.1 million encounters so far in this fiscal year, the government's fiscal year. That is clearly outrageous. Many of these migrants seeking to come to the United States have COVID and possibly new variants. It's completely outrageous. The Biden administration is a complete failure. It's about time people recognize that. Unfortunately, a lot of the media isn't covering this, and that's another part of the disaster we have. They're not covering the crisis at the border.
Yeah. Dino, talk to me about your analysis of the media's coverage or lack thereof when it comes to what's happening at the southern border.
Well, Emma, so much of the media has been a complete disgrace for years and years. I mean, it is collective media malpractice with rare exceptions, so I'm not surprised there. But what people fail to realize regarding refugees and asylum is, if you're hungry, you're starving, you're desperate, and somebody gives you a bowl of cornflakes to eat, you don't say, no, I don't like cornflakes, I want Cocoa Puffs, okay? So when you are desperate, when your country is in turmoil and you are leaving, you don't get to choose, hey, the United States has a great standard of living, I want to go there. You go to the next available country near you for asylum. That's how it works. So even with this policy that the federal judge said, okay, asylum applicants have to stay in Mexico while they're waiting for their asylum, they shouldn't even be applying here. They should be applying in Mexico. So this is a horrible situation, and people are not talking about the real issues here, which is these folks should not be coming here. If Mexico or Canada were the countries in turmoil, then they should be applying for asylum here, but not under these circumstances.
That's Dino Scaros, Tom Borelli, Amy Tarkanian joining us today on this Monday. We appreciate you being our panel. Thank you so much.